With pretty much what you already have in your pantry, we're about to make you your new favorite pasta. Pasta, cheese, of course, garlic, butter, olive oil, hold on, red pepper flakes, and for a little extra kick, some red Holland chilies. Okay, a little parsley too at the end, but of course, in my life, there's always a little green at the end. Always.
Usually at the beginning too.
Usually the beginning too. What the fuck?
No, do you get that? A little bit of green at the beginning.
I don't get that.
Oh my god.
What does that mean?
Usually a little green at the end and a little green at the beginning.
Oh, green at the beginning. Sorry, marijuana humor. I'm far too old. The subtlety of it was lost on me. If he would have said a little green at the end and a big fucking bong hit at the beginning, that I would have understood, but he didn't say it. If your parents are watching and they don't know what you do, Max was trying to help you there.
Exactly.
And me with my straightforward bong analogy screwed it up for him. Okay, so here's the plan. This can almost happen in the time that the pasta takes to cook. But I'm gonna take just a little bit more time because I wanna make sure that you get it. That it doesn't end and you're like, what the fuck just happened? And I don't know when to do this or how to do that. Even though it's very...
Jeez,
Anybody hear that? The mouse was making noise in her chair. We'll start with a couple fat cloves of garlic that we want to cut super thin. Super thin. I think you would recognize these as a couple decent sized cloves of garlic. We don't want to mince these, rather we want to slice them thin and sort of keep them mostly in the shape. And that's a little hard to do. So we're going to do this. We'll put our knife here. Give it a couple of smacks and you see what happens. The what's this part called? The paper starts to separate and then it should be easier for you to peel. There you go. So this guy actually became two once I got him open, and that's okay. We don't want this ass end, so I'm always gonna cut that guy off. Now we just want to slice thin, like this. And I'm sure Martha Stewart would have fired the person that gave her a clove of garlic that had green in the middle. But I'm actually okay with this. As thin as possible, that's really what we're going for here. And when it gets down to that size, let's go on to the next one. So same thing, gentle taps. So we can hopefully separate this nonsense papery outside. Look, it happens. Trying to be careful. And again, this guy presents itself into two. So we'll flatten them. We've talked about this before. There's that scene in Goodfellas.
Oh, so good. Paulie in prison.
When Paulie is cutting garlic like this with an old school razor blade in jail. Do you think that was really like that for them?
I do.
Wow. We'll get a few more out of this kid. And then we're gonna be good. And of course, a sharp knife is important for this. Of course, a sharp knife is important for everything. I've said it before. You hear people say, oh, a dull knife is dangerous. And what they mean is you go to cut something and it slips and you hurt yourself. I've never cut myself with a dull knife, only a sharp knife. But a sharp knife is the best tool that you have in your kitchen. And you don't have to use one of these things that Gordon Ramsay uses at the beginning of whatever his show he's on. You can use the pull-through things. We'll put a link to a good one and not an expensive one below. What you need to do is you need to sharpen your knives. I go over to people's homes, help with dinner, where you cut that, I pull a knife out of a drawer and it's basically a spoon. They need to sharpen it. And if you don't have one of these, and you don't have one of these, which are difficult to use, oh, I bet you have one of these, hold on. One of these. A bowl, Sam, a bowl? How is this gonna sharpen my knife? Well, the bowl part isn't. but this rough part on the bottom can. I'm not telling you this is the answer permanently. I'm just saying it actually works. And if you don't have anything else to sharpen your knife with, that the bowl or the plate, it's got to be rough on the bottom. Be your friend.
It's a really good kitchen hack.
It's a good kitchen hack, thank you. Okay, we've cut our garlic. Now let's cut our Holland peppers, shall we? So on the Scoville scale that measures heat in peppers, a Holland chili is just slightly further down the line than a jalapeno. It's not tremendous heat, but it's gorgeous color and it's what we want. So we're just gonna cut these guys fairly thin, just like we did with our garlic. And this is gonna add flavor and heat and some obvious gorgeousness.
Is this kind of like a Fresno chili?
No, Fresno is a little different. But look how these guys are great. You want to try a piece? See how hot they are?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll do it.
Do you want just a little one?
Yes.
Here you go. Come on.
It's less hot than a jalapeno.
Come on. I didn't say that. I said it was actually a little further
Oh, you said down.
along. Some heat?
Okay, yeah, it's spicy, but like in a really good way.
Yeah,
I
we're
love
sure
it.
on. Oh, you're on camera for that. Oh, good.
I love it. It's good.
It's good, right?
Wow.
Okay.
It's got really good flavor.
It's nice, and that's what this is about. So we don't want to just introduce heat. And now look, you got without the seeds, right? So you can take the seeds out, but you can see there's not too many. As you get down to the thick part, they start to show up. So if you want, you can try and, bang them out. Get rid of the seeds so they're not annoying anybody too much. Or you can just do this, grab another one. A few seeds aren't going to hurt anybody. Just grab another one and cut away. And so, just to correct what I said, when I said that the Holland pepper was a little further down the line than a jalapeno, I meant towards the heat end as opposed to not. So more heat than a jalapeno. All right. So look what we've got. We've got our garlic. We've got our Holland chilies all sliced up. And we can get these in a pan and our pasta in a pot. And honestly, we're really close. And here this goes. We start with the pasta. I'm using linguine, and that's a pot of salted boiling water, which is the way you want to start. You always want the pasta going into salted water. And as it starts to soften, we give it a little turn, help everybody go underneath. And this is 7-8 minutes. Now, our little sauce. And it begins with olive oil. And a couple good glugs of it because we want this to be saucy. The next component is a big knob, as they say, of butter. And the oil will keep the butter from burning. The butter will add flavor to the whole thing. And this is gonna be so majestic. I can't wait.
For those who missed the measurement on the oil, that was a few good glugs.
So, in will go our garlic and our beautiful Holland chili. Mix it around a bit. And using a spatula that your dog has chewed, we mix. We don't want this to burn, so we're going to keep our eyes on it. If it starts to get too much, we're going to pull it off. And it might be. See, I'm trying to keep this at a temperature that will cook both this and the pasta. The pasta needs to be hotter, so I'm going to be pulling that off in a minute, I can see. Pasta's doing its thing. Oh, the smell. Just the smell from these chilies, Max, is amazing, huh?
It's insane.
The garlic is cooking. Chili's looking beautiful. The garlic at lightly golden is fine. More than that, no. We're getting a little bit there. And at this point, we're going to add one more item, a little red pepper flake. because we can and because we should. You can see some of the garlic is starting to get a little bit of brown on it. Another minute or so, we're going to pull it off. So we'll pull that. Pasta still needs more time. Pasta's ready. So our sauce beginnings are going back on. And we look like this. Beautiful. Pull it off, give it a little shake, and straight in. That's the sound you want. That means shit's going on in there, man. Get in. When everything's in, we start to mix. It's gorgeous. But we're not done yet. We've got the peppers in here, the chilies in here, we've got the garlic in here. So we need a couple other things. And one of those is delicious, beautiful Parmesan. And so we'll just grate. Using my left hand, just for Max's benefit, a bunch of this on top. And I'm using a microplane zester that you can see how beautifully fine it makes this shred. We'll put a link. Great for this, but also really good for the outside of a lemon or an orange. Now, this is a point that you could take a little bit of the pasta water and put it back in to help the sauce thicken up a bit. A little bit. Gorgeous. Any water would work, but this works especially well because it's got the starch from all the pasta that's been cooked in it. So now, quickly a little bit more. And quickly means my proper handing, not my left hand. So screw Max on this one. We mix. Gorgeous. We give it a little, give it a little parsley. And look how beautiful. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. And there we have it. Couple things to add to finish it, to make it perfect. But before I do, I'm gonna make myself a little piece of bread because I needed it. So here's what I have. I have a hamburger bun. It's not elegant, I know, so sue me. But it's what I have, and I'm gonna want a bite of it with this. So I'm just some butter with the residual heat on the Evo.
Yeah. That must be left over from the Baconator.
Oh my God, have you seen the Baconator? Have you made the Baconator? Because I ran into two people yesterday at Not Tacos from Utah that made it and double thumbs up it. Wait, just let me check this. Almost. Okay, let's get to the pasta. So I want to go a little pepper. I know there's already chilies and peppers and stuff in here, but this kind of black, fresh ground pepper, I'm a fan of. So we give it a little mix. Oh, gosh.
Damn.
Okay, let me see if I can make this fancy for you, Max. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know how to do this really well. Like that. Now a little more cheese. Beautiful. Wait on this. It's beautiful, huh? Look. I can't make it go across. Guess I'll just leave it there. A tiny bit. Parmesan. I want to eat that. I would like this to be my bite, but I'll be more civil. I'll take it off and then mix one. Oh. And you want to drag some of this pasta through this extra little butter and everything. So happy. Lightly toasted garlic. The cheese, there's nothing overwhelming with the peppers, but they're just there in a fucking delicious sort of way. The Holland ones, the red pepper flakes, it's all so deliciously, like, perfect. Oh, hello, little bite of bread. And look at, it's dripping. Look, no Holland peppers, no problem. I know you've got olive oil. I know you've got butter. You should always keep pasta because it'll keep forever. And then it's red pepper flakes and whatever else you want to throw in.
Wipe your face a little bit on the right side. Good.
I was just told to wipe my face.
Oh, God, now you gotta wipe it again. Good.
Am I good? Really good?
Yes.
Great eating doesn't take a lot of ingredients. It's a handful of ingredients. And I want you to make it. We say this all the time. We want you to make everything that we make. Bust out a little bit. If you're sitting there and you go, I can't cook, it's because you don't. Try a few things. You'll be surprised at what you can do. Good?
Good. Oh, we've got another merch sale.
Oh, we're
coming
selling
up.
merch again. Well, we're always selling merchandise. Fuck, he made me say merch. We have another merchandise sale. And the code to get 20% off is
2020.
2020. Look how simple that was. All right. I'm going to stand here and eat my bread and my pasta. Everything the beginning of the year shouldn't be. But if you have a little bit, you're fine. Thanks for hanging out with us. See ya.